Bing. Okay, is it working now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I just updated it. I'm hoping that it works now. Okay, good. Thank you. I thank you, Kenzie, for saying something because here I was talking, 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 and nobody could hear me. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Well, and the funny thing is, it says connected AirPods, but then I had to reconnect AirPods. But guess what? I'm getting a new mic today. Or actually, it should be arriving today because I'm not happy with the sound quality from the AirPods. So I got an actual like microphone. I'm very excited for it. Um, anyway, so today is a little pep talk for you as we go into the most wonderful time of the year. We also get bombarded with advertisements for booking.com, yeah, Expedia, all those things because, there are competitors out there, the online travel agency, because yes, anyone can go online and book a trip. Why would they use you? Okay. So we're going to go over that today. And we have three key advantages. We're not order takers. We actually know information and we have heart. Okay. So let's go through those and I will talk about each one of those today. Now, before we start, I want to remind you not everyone is your client. Some people are Booking.com's clients, okay? And let them be Booking.com's clients. Watch what happens when the hotel is oversold and yeah, they're going to call a 1-800 number or the random chatbot that's on the website, okay? So, all of this comes down to we have to accept that some people just need to be blessed and released because they're not our client and they're oh if they're a deal chaser they're gonna and you win them with one, they're gonna leave you as soon as they find another deal. Okay. So remembering that, okay, as we talk about this. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of a history lesson. I love history. And it was funny because I was a Spanish teacher and my son last night had well he's homesick now so it didn't matter but he was supposed to have today a science and a math test and my husband is a chemist but he had a work meeting last night that went he didn't get home till after 10 o'clock so I had to help him with the science and math studying. That did not go over well. I'm much better at the history and then he had a Spanish worksheet he had to do and I could do that. I could help him with that. But I laugh because, I love talking history and thinking about how the past influences now. And so we are not makers of history, we are made by history, meaning we're taking what has happened in the past and allowing that to influence our business. So let's look at the history of Expedia because I think it is very interesting. Okay. And that's why I want to take a look first at how Expedia got started. And then, and I'm picking on Expedia because they actually have all of this on their website, which is pretty amazing. Uh, but anyway, it was a small division within Microsoft. Okay. Because they know people love travel. So what they wanted to do is transfer booking power into the hands of consumers and became one of the largest full service travel sites. Okay. So it started at Microsoft. And then they are proud of the fact that the interface is easy to navigate and requires fewer than a dozen finger taps to select a flight, hotel, rental car, and activity. Okay. Just a couple of taps. That's all you need to figure out which hotel is right and not to get the wrong flights and all that. Just a couple of finger taps. And that's when I think, oh my goodness, there are so many options out there. And of course, the AI is getting better, but still, there is no substitute for someone who has walked the rooms, who has seen the hotel, who has seen these resorts, has walked on these cruise ships. There is no substitute for that. You cannot program that into an AI. Okay? They have to make 20 different decisions before they even begin their search. That's where a lot of people get overwhelmed. And that's where we come in handy. Okay? So, we're not order takers. Okay? And I talk about this in my classes. We get to the heart of the trip. We are qualifying them because here's the thing, they're going to spend thousands of dollars on this experience and they need to know if it's a good investment or not. All right. So if they just want to do things in a couple of finger taps, then fine. But if they want to know this $8,000 vacation that they're booking is actually something, is what they actually want, they're going to come to us. Okay. And that's what our marketing should exemplify. We should exemplify that we are the experts. We're not their order takers. Okay. Yes, this will be at this link all day. I mean, this will be, somebody just asked if there's a replay. Yes, this will be, you'll find this right where you're watching right now. Um, and at the end of the day, when we qualify our clients, we get them that package that they want, and then we're painting, our quote is actually a curation because if they want to go to Cancun, there's so many ways that they can experience Cancun. Can they use Google and um, put something together? Yes. But if they want to make sure they're not in, they're in a good place, like place that they're really going to enjoy, and one place might be great for one kind of client, but then another one might not be good, might not be good for a different client. That's why you're there. That's why we're not just order takers. Okay. All right. And that's why when we are qualifying clients, we're taking away that overwhelm of options. Okay, so your qualifying process is helping them because how many people are just, they say they're overwhelmed with life, with work, with everything. Okay, you take something off their plate. Okay, and again, somebody who is, there are people out there, and honestly, I'm probably a travel agent's worst client because I like to look at all the options, I like to examine them. Okay, that's why I became an agent. But not everybody is like us. Like, I look at hotels with a critical eye. It's a lot of fun. That's what I really enjoy. So now let's look at, I love this one here. So Expedia is experimenting so that their algorithm can interact with travelers in a natural way. So a website can act more naturally. However, we are already human. And guess what? We actually know what we're selling. And I will caveat this with, you need to know what you're selling. You need to have experienced what you're selling. If you have not experienced what you're selling, it is very hard to know your stuff. Okay? And if you haven't experienced exactly that thing, but if so say you've been on one cruise, yes, then you can parlay that into other cruises. However, knowing, the difference between an ocean view and a veranda room, all right? Knowing the difference between a category 2C and an 8A, whatever those might mean. Okay, you have to know those things because that's where our edge is. And nothing can replace the fact that we've eaten the food, we've walked the hallways, we have done if you've been on a fam, you've done all of the hotels in this one area. Yes, it's exhausting, but you get to see it in real life, not just through an app, not just through a website, but actually in real life. People want feedback from people who have been there in real life. That's why, I hate to use the word influencer, but when you're showcasing your expertise, you are able to build that trust. Okay. And showcasing your expertise means posting it on social media. It means going live. It means, sending emails with all that information so that people can turn to you for their next vacation. All right. So now here is Um, so it's another point of history in the Expedia newsroom. An enormous network of nodes that we call the travel graph, which provides endless opportunities for developers and engineers to identify patterns that can drastically improve the online travel experience for users. Nodes, okay? Nodes. We are not nodes, okay? We are human beings who have a heart and who actually care. We are not some algorithm, okay? And that is the advantage you have over these nodes or these algorithms in booking.com, in Expedia, all these other things. Okay. You were there for them and you're going to have a lifetime. Then. So then, even if you haven't heard from a client in 10 years, they might come back to you and say, hey, you booked this cruise for us in 2015. Now we want to go to um, Turks and Caicos or wherever. If you are staying with them, they will stay with you. And that's the difference between us and some sort of algorithm is that we are real human people. So remember that, okay? We are not order takers. And we do the research so that we can showcase that to people. Now, that's where your marketing comes in. Your marketing has to showcase your expertise. Your marketing has to be specific and you have to be selling what you know. And then finally, you're a human, you have heart, you care about these people. You're not some node in a platform that software developers are making. No, you actually care. All right? So keep that in mind when you see all these advertisements and you feel defeated. Don't feel defeated. Just remember, you have these things that Expedia, that booking.com, all these other things don't have. All right? Now you have a wonderful day and I will see you here next week for another mini class. Bye bye.